Hey guys, Nick here, and welcome back to the Soul Studio server. If you missed last episode, we spent most of it working on the community Nether Highway, with the very interesting name. And then we spent the rest of the episode getting ourselves a nice elytra and a nice beacon. In between episodes, I did a few things. I organized my storage, sort of, finally. You know, not fully organized, but whatever. It's good enough for now. And I got myself a hold of 2 villagers, one of them, of course, having mending. The first one I got from going to a village far away from anyone's land. It was quite the trek there, and then back with the villager. And then the second one I got from carrying a zombie villager, which was pretty dope. So now I can start breeding and doing villager-related activities soon, or sometime, or whenever. And finally, the last thing that I've done in between episodes... Hold up. The terrain looks completely different than the last episode. Yeah, so... the world got corrupted thanks to the previous server hoster that was being used, and a bunch of members left. Yeah, no, the server died. So quickly. But I was not about to let Season 2 end with only 2 episodes. So much shorter than Season 1. And Flower wasn't about to let all this die either. So she got some new people, got a new server, and found a similar-looking place, biome, for me to hold up. And then I live-streamed remaking everything from episodes 1 and 2. So that way those 2 episodes aren't completely useless or unnecessary. So, yeah, now we're back. But there's a few things I was unable to recreate. Firstly, as you can see, I don't have my diamond gear anymore. Yeah, I didn't want to do that again at the moment. And then secondly, I did not go after the music discs again. Because, my god, that took forever the first time. So in case you're wondering if you need to watch the live streams, no, you don't. Like I said, I just rebuilt everything from episodes 1 and 2, and I just did a bunch of mining. But while I was mining in those live streams, I found something fantastic. I found a skeleton spawner, which is utterly fantastic. And it's even more so because it turns out that nobody else has found a skeleton spawner yet. I'm the only one on the server right now currently with one. So that means that I have a monopoly on a resource that people want. Some of the server members have been like, come on, man, make the spawner already. I want to pay you so I can use this thing because I need it. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next. And it's fantastic that we found a skeleton spawner because that's a callback to Season 1. Since in the original season, the whole main base was centered around, well, not really centered around, but based upon a skeleton spawner that was above ground. Even though this one isn't really above ground, still, it's a skeleton spawner, which is fantastic. So, I shall start putting in the water and doing all this stuff, and Flower was nice enough to dig it out for me already, so that step is already done. So now I just gotta make it actually look nice, or something. Because I don't know, I kinda just want to make it look nice. Alright, the walls, floor, and ceiling have all been replaced with stone. And I got some nice iron bars going to the spawner. And those torches on the spawner will be replaced with more iron bars, but, you know, I kinda gotta keep those on, the torches on at the moment. And I got a nice piece of black carpet to put on the top of the spawner so mobs don't spawn and stand on top of it. And I got the water in that shall be going down to the main chamber, where both I and the skeletons shall be. Alright, the room where I and the skeletons will be has been completed, and I will show that off in a second, obviously, but first off, I must now do the extraordinarily dangerous task of getting rid of all the torches. Alright, and here is the room. And if for anyone who remembers Season 1, it's the exact same design as the skeleton farm was back in Season 1. Oh, I see. So you're uncreative. Well, yeah, kinda. But also, you can count it as a homage to Season 1. Why do I got a feeling there's gonna be a lot of homages to Season 1 this season? Yeah, you got me there. Anyways, let me show you around. We got a nice enchanting setup, we got some storage, access to an ender chest, and the big feature of this farm is the ability to switch from short-term AFK to long-term AFK. What do I mean by that? Well, you see, you used to be able to just have a nice one-by-one area where all the mobs would fall into. You would AFK for a bit, then you'd kill them all. But because of the added mob cramming damage thing, that's no longer a viable option for long-term farming and AFKing. So, I have it like this, so mobs don't, they won't suffocate and die, and you can rack up a bunch while you're doing whatever. But if you're only here for a short time, maybe you just need to fix like a single weapon or something quickly, you can flip this switch and switch it to short-term AFK, where everything will only be in everything will only end up in one area. And I even have a nice mob softener for the short-term AFK option, which will bring them down to 1 heart so you can easily punch them. And of course, the design I used is the usual design from the usual guy, links in the description. And just like that. And of course, yeah, put it down, longer AFK, just, and yes, that is the farm. Now, one thing I haven't added yet is I'll be replacing these torches with lanterns. I just forgot to grab them on my way down. And this passageway right here, it of course leads out of the farm, to the exit, but it also leads to something incredible. I'm pretty sure during the same exact live stream where I found the skeleton farm, I found a zombie farm too. And I did not even know how close it was to the skeleton farm until I dug out this little tunnel. Well, I didn't really dug this out. You know what I mean. But it's just insane. And the funniest part is that this too is the only zombie farm on the server so far, because everybody else keeps finding spider farms. So I have yet another monopoly. And the best part, the absolute best part that I looked up is as I was looking up, doing some research on spawners, making sure that I had everything set up correctly for the skeleton farm, I read that zombie farms are 2 times as likely to spawn as spider spawners, and yet people have only been able to find a spider spawners, and I found a zombie one and a skeleton one. The irony is hilarious. So now, of course, you know what's going to be happening next. I'm now going to go from making a skeleton farm to making a zombie farm. The one trouble I already have run into is the fact that it's at pretty low elevation already, lower than the skeleton spawner was, so I'm gonna have to probably come up with some sort of different design to at least water them into the killing chamber. So, got a bit of a problem here, and when they're in the short-term AFK and I hit them, they go back up into the water, which means that, yeah, it's too low. So now, in order to fix this, because I want that to be fixed, I now have to take this entire thing that is finished and move all of it down 1 block. And I also have an active skeleton spawner spearing skeletons in. Alright, successfully moved it all down 1. It was very difficult dealing with all the skeletons dropping down. I had to deal with adjusting the roof, but other than that, it was pretty simple. So now, I can go start working on the zombie farm. Okay, last update to the skeleton's farm, I promise. I added in a nice grindstone, some nice glowstone, so I don't gotta use a torch there. I say last, and yet I still forget to put in the lanterns. Oh, whatever. And then I put a nice mob blocker, to stop it from, stop mobs from showing up when you want to use a mob softener maybe or something. And of course, I installed Con2's patented garbage disposal, trademarked. Just forgot to do that, so it's easier to read. But yeah, I know, the usual garbage disposal that I do. Uses a trap chest so the items will not disappear and be thrown into lava until after you close the chest. And there it is. With a nice redstone comparator, clock thingy, whatever the heck it's called, to continuously turn on and off until there's no longer items in the dispenser. Or dropper to be specific, because you don't dispense arrows, because that's how it works. But yeah, now I'm 100% done other than the lanterns, and I can finally start working on the zombie spawner. Alright, the zombie spawner is done. And of course, because there's also baby zombies, I had to put one more slab down, so now you have to, fortunately, you're gonna have to crouch to get in there, but whatever, it's fine, thanks to the new crouching mechanics introduced. And because of how it's situated, I had to, I couldn't have it in the middle, so it had to be right here on the, I'd say, yeah, this is the left side. And then, of course, still have the same exact thing, a blocker, softener, it's the same thing. As you can clearly see, and of course I got the lanterns in, forgot if I showed that the last update, and I also have the tunnel, leading and connecting the two, and my god, they're so close together, it's hilarious, just how stupidly lucky I got. And some of you may even notice the design of this is, yet again, another homage, as it was the design connecting the skeleton spawner for the tunnel connecting the skeleton spawner in the original season. So, yes, it is complete, and I even got nice little lecterns as torch holders, and that was expensive, considering that each lectern's a bookshelf, and I already had the double enchanting setups for both spawners, so yeah, I've gone through a lot of sugarcane and leather. And now, the next thing we're gonna do. Take a guess. I don't know. What are we gonna do? Think about it. What is the main trinity of mobs? We got the zombie, we got the skeleton, what's after that? The creep... Oh no. You're not actually, yep. I am now going to make a creeper farm and connect it to this tunnel! Oh, so many mobs, so many spawners, but yes, I do believe I'll be going out this way, and just, I don't know, finding a nice spot, and then, yeah, I'm making a creeper farm next. Good God. This place may be a mess, but I don't care. As you can see, I've at least started the very beginnings, at least, of the creeper farm. And, of course, I'll just be going with the very easy, simple design that everybody uses. Cat in a minecart in the middle, gotta have trapdoors up here, gotta have carpet on here, so only creepers spawn, they'll go into the magma blocks. And that's, of course, the farm that everyone uses. Very simple, very easy. And now I need to dig all the way up to, of course, sky level, or whatever, sky level, and I'll dig up to the surface. Then I'm also going to want to fill in all the caves around here with light, so mobs don't spawn, to make this even more of an efficient farm. And yeah, that's what I now need to do, the very long process of that. So let's get right to it. And there we have it. The creeper farm is done. Oh, it took all week. The montage you saw, that was recorded on Monday. It's now Friday. It's finally done. Let me show you what's going on. We got a nice hopper minecart going around, collecting the drops from the creepers dying on the magma blocks. We, of course, have the creepers falling and dying from the platforms that each have its cat on it. I've only went up 10 layers since I've heard of diminishing returns when it comes to mob spawning, so yeah, I was just like, yeah, 10's probably good enough. And I am very proud of myself. You see this little unloading system right here? I came up with this by myself. I did not look up a single tutorial. I did this all by myself, and I'm sure it's very inefficient, and there's much better versions of it out there, but I came up with this by myself, and I'm very happy with it. And of course, they come into, well, the drops come into these chests, and yep, we're never gonna have to worry about gunpowder again. That's fantastic. And this farm also has something else. First off, there's a nice on and off switch, which just turns on a bunch of redstone lamps that I have on every level to, you know, make, well, obviously, to turn the farm on and off. And I can switch this farm between two different modes. Right now we're on gunpowder mode, but I flip this switch, and we're now on music disc mode. Now all the creepers will still take a little bit of damage from the magma blocks, but they will eventually, all of them, most of them that is, will flow into here, into that hole, coming out over here, and then the skeleton will shoot at me, and there's hoppers to pick up the music discs they drop, and I now have a bunch of music discs. These are all the leftovers. I have one of each sitting in my base already. And of course I have all my diamond gear back and such because, you know, XP farms of skeleton and zombie, so I have 42 levels, you know, like I've gotten everything back that I've lost from the server having to reset now. And I am exactly where I was at the end of episode 2 now. In a kind of ironic sense. Oh yeah, you just saw it right now. They go in, then whop, then the skeleton just shoots. And you can't see it, but I named the skeleton, because of course you have to name him so he doesn't despawn. I'm pretty sure I named him Discmaker 9000. And there we go. Music discs, and of course a bit of gunpowder since that's what they drop as well. And that is all of the farm. Other than, I have a nice AFK room, since you gotta be 24 blocks away for the farm to work. So I got a nice waiting room. And don't ask me why I chose it to be blue when the creeper farm has to do with creepers, which are green. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go with blue. But yeah, it's got a nice little sitting area, got a nice double-decker bed with banners and such, and a nice closet to store your gear in case you want to be extra safe when you're AFKing for gunpowder. And I got this little plant, since I used that plant to get the dye for the wall. And with that, it's done. We are completely done with all 3 of these farms. And I think I'm gonna name it Pecan's Mob Triad, or something like that. But yeah, skeleton. Then over here, zombie. And now, creeper. Ah yes, Pecan's Mob Triad. Very, very happy with it. Very proud of it. Turn that off. Of course, random bats show up in the dark, so... whatever. Just a little bit of annoying noise. And here's something very ironic. Turns out there's one or two of these chunks are slime chunks, because I've now killed like 3 slimes that just spawned like right here, or right over there. So I'm gonna have to figure something out, because I don't want, because obviously I have the AFK room for the creeper farm, so I'll be safe there. But if I want AFK for the zombie or skeleton farm, I'm gonna have to figure something out, because, you know, I don't want the slime to spawn, come all the way over here and kill me right here, when I'm just standing right here waiting for the skeletons to spawn while I'm not looking. That would be very unfortunate. Now that this is done, I can finally open it to the public and make a profit, because this is capitalism, folks, and that's kind of how farms on this server work. If you want to use it, you gotta pay for it. But you know, I got a really good deal here, because you'll only have to pay a one-time fee for access to all 3, technically 4 if you want to count the disc as its own separate farm, but all 3 farms, with the provided amenities of an AFK room for the creeper farm, and an enchanting table for both the skeleton and zombie farm, along with the nice garbage disposal. So yeah, everything is done. And that makes me very happy after spending so long on all of this. And so, with Pecan's mob triad finished, I think that's a pretty good place to end the episode. But before I go, there's one more thing. What would you say if I said I now had a 4th mob farm in the works? I'd say you have a problem. Well... Oh god, no. Yep, so as I was mining, once again, I heard a slime. So I dug until I found it, and yeah, I dug out a slime chunk. I found Now the problem, it was in a ravine, and the slime was just there, and it was around this area, which was 4 chunks, so I had no idea which chunk it was. So yeah, I dug out 4 entire chunks just to find which one it was. And then I waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, till finally a slime spawned right here in the original one that I thought it was in the first place, so the other 3 were completely useless and a time waster. But yeah, no, I legitimately, without any without any program, without knowing the seed, I found a slime chunk, and I've dug it out. And that's why I said it was ironic that I found out that back over in the creeper farm / the tunnel there was a slime chunk in there, because I already found one, the one I was looking for. And yeah, no, but I'm not. Nope. The episode's gonna end. I'm not going to now make a slime farm. That is for another day, because I don't exactly need slime at the moment. So, with that being said, it's finally time to end this episode. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, goodbye.